The grand dining hall of the Galactic Council's Unity Station gleamed under soft blue lights. Ambassador Tom Clark adjusted his tie, looking at the massive circular table where representatives from 12 different alien species sat waiting for Earth's first official diplomatic dinner. The human delegation had spent months planning this meal, determined to showcase Earth's finest culinary traditions. "Dinner is ready to be served," announced head chef Mike Anderson through Tom's earpiece. The ambassador smiled and raised his hands to address the gathered aliens. "Honored representatives of the Galactic Council, Earth is proud to present a traditional feast from our world. Each dish has been carefully selected to represent different regions and cultures of our planet." The alien diplomats buzzed with excitement. Their varied forms, from the tall, slender blue wings to the short, round rock dwellers, all showed signs of anticipation in their own unique ways. What none of them expected was the shock they were about to receive. The first course arrived under silver covers. With practiced precision, the servers lifted the lids in unison. "Florida alligator tail, prepared in a light herb butter sauce," announced Chef Mike, who stood proudly at the side of the room. The Blue Wing representative, Ambassador Trill, blinked all four of his eyes rapidly. "Pardon me, but did you say alligator, the large predatory reptile?" "Yes," Tom replied cheerfully. "It's a delicacy in parts of our southern regions. The meat is quite tender when prepared correctly." A murmur of confusion spread through the alien diplomats. Before they could fully process this information, the second course arrived. Shark fin soup, a traditional dish from Earth's Asian regions, the chef announced. The rock dweller representative, Master Grohl, actually rolled backward in shock. "Shark, the apex predator of your oceans." "One of them, yes," Tom answered, starting to notice the growing discomfort around the table. "Is something wrong?" The third course proved to be a breaking point. As servers presented perfectly grilled lion steaks with a red wine reduction sauce, Ambassador Trill stood up so quickly his chair fell backward. This is barbaric." Trill's voice reached a pitch humans could barely hear. "You hunt and consume apex predators, the noble hunters of your world." Tom looked around the table in confusion. "Well, yes, humans are omnivores. We eat both plants and animals. These dishes represent our ability to successfully hunt and utilize resources from all levels of our food chain." The gathered aliens stared at him in horror. Master Grohl rolled forward, his crystalline form catching the light. "In all our gathered species, none have ever evolved to consume predator species. We sustain ourselves on plant matter, and in some cases, synthetic proteins. The very thought of eating a noble hunter is disturbing." Chef Mike stepped forward, his professional pride slightly wounded. "I assure you, all these animals were ethically sourced. The lions came from a sustainable game reserve in Africa, the sharks were caught under strict fishing quotas, and alligators are carefully managed to maintain healthy populations." This explanation only seemed to make things worse. The alien representatives began talking all at once, their universal translators struggling to keep up with their agitated speech. Tom raised his hands again, trying to calm the situation. "Perhaps we should explain Earth's ecosystem and how humans have evolved as part of it." "You mean how you evolved to hunt and eat the hunters?" Trill asked, still standing. "How your species somehow rose to challenge the very apex predators of your world?" "Well, technically," Tom said carefully, "humans are considered apex predators ourselves. We're omnivorous persistence hunters who developed tool use and complex social structures too." He didn't get to finish. The dining hall erupted in chaos as the alien representatives processed this new information. Some demanded immediate contact with their homeworlds, others simply stared at their plates in horror. And a few brave souls actually sniffed at the food with morbid curiosity. As Chef Mike quietly ordered the staff to begin removing the untouched dishes, Tom sighed and tapped his communicator. "Central Command, we may need to revise our diplomatic dinner plans, and perhaps we should warn the other human delegations about the predator thing." Yes, right away. And maybe send up some salads. The first contact feast hadn't gone quite as planned, but it had certainly made an impression. Humanity's place in the galaxy would never be quite the same. 3 days after the disastrous diplomatic dinner, the galactic news networks couldn't talk about anything else. Footage from Earth's public archives played on every screen across thousands of space stations and colony worlds. The aliens watched in horrified fascination as humans hunted, cooked, and ate what they considered to be the galaxy's most fearsome creatures. In the Unity Station's main observation deck, Ambassador Tom Clark watched another group of alien visitors hurry away from him. He turned to his assistant, Jack, who was busy monitoring the galaxy's social networks. "How bad is it?" Tom asked, already dreading the answer. Jack grimaced at his tablet. "Well, sir, that video of the Australian crocodile hunter just went viral across 3 spiral arms of the galaxy. The one where he says, 'This big boy will feed a family for a month,' before wrestling it into his boat." "Wonderful," Tom muttered. "What else?" "There's footage from a Japanese fishing fleet catching tuna. The Blue Wings are calling it a massacre of the ocean lords. And don't get me started on the reactions to buffalo wing eating contests." A soft chime announced the arrival of Dr. Green, the human xenoanthropologist. She walked in carrying a stack of data pads, her gray hair tied back in a neat bun. "It gets more interesting," she said. "The alien anthropologists just discovered humans don't just eat predators. We wear them." Tom dropped his head into his hands. "The leather industry. And fur. And using bones for tools and decoration. The rock dwellers are writing papers about how humans display their kills as trophies by wearing leather jackets." Just then, the observation deck's main screen lit up with breaking news. A tall, elegant Blue Wing reporter stood in what appeared to be an Earth museum. "This shocking footage comes from a human historical archive," the reporter said, her voice trembling with emotion. "Ancient human warriors wore bare skins into battle, believing it would give them the strength of these mighty predators. They fashioned weapons from the teeth of wolves and decorated their dwellings with the pelts of great cats." The screen showed reconstructions of Viking warriors and Native American hunters. The reporter continued, "Even today, humans continue these practices through what they call fashion and interior design." This reporter discovered that many humans sleep on beds covered with the processed skins of predatory animals, which they call leather. Jack turned off the screen. "They're really running with this story, aren't they?" Dr. Green nodded thoughtfully. "From their perspective, this is like discovering your new neighbors are a family of friendly monsters. They're terrified and fascinated at the same time." The station's AI announced new visitors, and a group of alien scientists shuffled nervously onto the deck. Their leader, a Blue Wing professor named Kip, approached Tom with a data pad held out like a shield. "Ambassador," Kip said carefully, "we've been studying your Earth's historical records. Is it true the human children are given plush replicas of predators as comfort objects?" Tom blinked. "You mean teddy bears?" "Yes." Kip's wings fluttered anxiously. "You give your young soft sculptures of one of your planet's most dangerous omnivorous predators. And something called toy dinosaurs." "Well, yes," Tom admitted. "Children often find them comforting. They help children learn about animals in a safe way." The alien scientists huddled together, frantically taking notes. One of them spoke up, "And these zoos. You keep living predators in special enclosures and take your young to observe them." "For education and conservation purposes, yes," Dr. Green explained. "Many predator species are endangered, and we work to protect them." This caused another stir among the aliens. Kip's wings turned a pale blue, a sign of deep confusion. "You hunt them, eat them, wear their skins, and protect them." "It's called conservation," Tom said. "Humans believe in maintaining the balance of our ecosystems." "Fascinating," Kip whispered. "Your species hunts the hunters, but also ensures their survival. You are either the most primitive or the most advanced species we've ever encountered. We cannot decide which." As the alien scientists left, still muttering among themselves, Tom turned to his colleagues. Well, at least they're moving from pure horror to scientific curiosity. That's progress, right? Sure, Jack said, checking his tablet again. Oh, and sir, they just discovered competitive eating contests involving predator meat. The footage from the annual Alligator Wrestling Championship is trending across the galaxy. Tom just sighed and looked out at the stars. This was going to be a long week. The situation got worse by the end of the week. Trade ships started avoiding Earth's space lanes. At the Unity Station's main conference room, Ambassador Tom Clark faced a particularly difficult meeting with the Galactic Council's Trade Committee. The motion to restrict Earth's trade access is now open for discussion, announced the head counselor, a blue wing named High Speaker Lux. His wings were tinted a dark purple, showing his discomfort. Tom stood up, straightening his jacket. With all due respect, these trade restrictions are completely unnecessary. Earth has done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. A rock dweller representative rolled forward, crystals flashing red. Your people hunt noble creatures for sport. We have evidence of something called sport fishing, where you catch apex ocean predators for fun, and throw them back, Tom tried to explain. Catch and release is a popular. You play with their lives, interrupted another counselor. We've seen the videos of your fishing shows where humans laugh while fighting with great ocean hunters. Before Tom could respond, the room's main screen lit up with urgent news. The reporter, looking distressed, announced, "Breaking news. 3 major alien restaurant chains have just removed all Earth-sourced products from their menus, citing ethical concerns about human food production methods." Tom watched as his tablet filled with messages from Earth's Economic Council. This was getting serious. Humanity's food exports were a significant part of their galactic trade. Dr. Green entered the room, looking worried. "Ambassador, we have another problem. Tourist bookings to Earth have dropped by 80%. The aliens are afraid to visit our planet." "Afraid?" Tom asked. "Why?" A timid blue-winged scientist spoke up from the corner. "Your hunting abilities. The latest research papers suggest the humans can chase prey until it dies of exhaustion. You call it persistence hunting. It's terrifying. Not to mention," added another counselor, "we've discovered humans can throw objects with deadly accuracy and run long distances in high temperatures. You're literally built to be predator killers." Tom rubbed his temples. This was getting out of hand. "Look," he said, "humans have evolved alongside these predators. We respect them. We've learned to coexist with them. Yes, we hunt some species, but we also protect them. Our relationship with Earth's predators is complex." The room's AI announced a new arrival. Chef Mike walked in, looking determined. He pushed a cart loaded with data pads. "Council members," he said firmly, "I've brought documentation about Earth's conservation efforts. We maintain strict hunting quotas. We have entire organizations dedicated to protecting predator species. We've brought many back from the brink of extinction." The aliens looked through the data, muttering among themselves. High Speaker Lux raised all 4 hands for silence. "Let me understand this," he said slowly. "You humans hunt predators to save them." "Exactly." Tom seized the opening. "Controlled hunting helps manage populations, provides funding for conservation, and maintains the balance of ecosystems. When we eat predator meat, it's done with respect and understanding of our place in nature's cycle." A young blue-winged scientist nervously raised a hand. "But the teddy bears." Tom couldn't help but smile. "That shows how much we admire these creatures. We respect their strength and beauty so much that we make toys in their image. We teach our children to appreciate them." The council chamber grew quiet as the aliens processed this information. Finally, High Speaker Lux spoke again. "Perhaps," he said carefully, "we have been too quick to judge. But you must understand our perspective. No other known species has ever evolved to actively hunt apex predators. Most civilizations developed away from their world's dangerous creatures. Humans took a different path, Tom explained. We learned to be predators ourselves, but we also learned to be protectors. It's not about dominance. It's about balance. The trade restriction vote was postponed, but Tom knew this wasn't over. As he left the chamber, he heard one alien whisper to another, "Maybe humans aren't barbaric. Maybe they're just crazy." Dr. Green patted his shoulder sympathetically. "Well, at least they're starting to understand." Sort of. Sort of, Tom agreed. Now we just need to explain why humans keep predators as pets. Have they discovered cat videos yet? Dr. Green's eyes widened in alarm. Let's save that revelation for another day. The message appeared on every screen in Unity Station at exactly midnight Earth time. A group of hooded figures, their alien features hidden in shadow, broadcast their demands across the galaxy. "We are the guardians of noble hunters," the lead figure announced. "Earth must cease all consumption of predator species within 10 standard days or face consequences." In the Emergency Command Center, Ambassador Tom Clark watched the replay with Earth's military commander, General Kate West. The general's face remained neutral, but her fingers drummed steadily on the conference table. "Are we taking this seriously?" Tom asked. "Any threat against Earth is serious," Kate replied. She gestured to the holographic display showing fleet movements near Earth's solar system. 3 unidentified ships entered our outer defense perimeter 6 hours ago. They're just sitting there, watching. Dr. Green burst into the room, her usually neat hair messy from running. "You need to see this. The Guardians just released more footage of human hunting practices, but they've edited it to look like we're monsters." The screens lit up with images of human hunters, but the footage was carefully cut to remove all context. Gone were the conservation tags, the careful population management, the respect for the animals. Instead, it showed only the final moments of hunts, making humans look like bloodthirsty killers. "This is getting out of hand," Tom muttered. "We need to respond." Before they could act, alarms blared through the station. The 3 mysterious ships had launched smaller vessels, heading toward Earth's orbit. General West immediately activated Earth's defense grid. Hundreds of sleek human ships emerged from hidden positions around the planet, surrounding the alien vessels in seconds. The display lit up with targeting data. "This is General Kate West of Earth Defense Force," she broadcast. "You have entered restricted space. State your intentions." The alien ships froze in place. Clearly, they hadn't expected such a swift and organized response. The lead vessel's commander responded with obvious surprise in his voice. How did you deploy so quickly?" Kate allowed herself a small smile. "Humans are predators, remember. We're always ready. Now state your intentions." The alien commander's next words carried a hint of fear. "We are here to observe. The Guardians wish to document human aggression." "I see." Kate's voice remained calm. "And did the Guardians inform you that approaching Earth's orbit without clearance is an act of war?" The alien ships began to retreat. On their screens, they could see more human vessels emerging from hidden stations across the solar system. Earth's defense fleet was impressive, not just in size, but in how quietly they had kept it concealed. "Perhaps," Tom said to the aliens, "you'd like to observe something else. Our conservation programs, our wildlife preserves, the thousands of scientists and rangers who dedicate their lives to protecting Earth's predator species." The alien commander was silent for a moment. "You protect them with warships." "We protect everything in our system," General West explained. "Predator and prey alike. It's what humans do." Dr. Green stepped forward. "Your Guardians group misunderstands us. Humans don't hunt predators because we hate them. We hunt them because we respect them enough to become part of their world, to understand them, to learn from them." The alien ships continued their retreat, but their commander had one last question. "If humans are such great hunters, why do you need warships?" General West chuckled. "Because we learned from the predators we hunt. Like them, we believe in showing strength to avoid fights when possible. but also like them, we're very good at fighting when we must. As the alien ships disappeared from their sensors, Tom turned to his colleagues. Well, that was exciting. Think they got the message? Oh, they got several messages, Dr. Green said, checking her tablet. The footage of our defense fleet deployment is already going viral. The galaxy is just realizing that humans aren't just predator hunters. We're apex predators ourselves, Kate finished. And like all good predators, we protect our territory. Tom nodded thoughtfully. Maybe now they'll understand why we respect Earth's predators so much. We see ourselves in them. And speaking of predators, Dr. Green added with a smile, it's almost time for the station's monthly barbecue. Should we still serve the grilled shark? Definitely, Tom replied. But maybe this time, let's also show our alien friends how we protect sharks. It's time they saw the whole story. 1 week after the failed threat from the Guardians, Unity Station welcomed an unusual group of visitors. 50 of the galaxy's top scientists had requested permission to study Earth's ecosystem management up close. Their first stop, an African wildlife reserve. Dr. Green led the alien scientists across the savannah in a heavily shielded hover vehicle. Most of them had never been this close to wild predators before. Through the vehicle's transparent walls, they watched a pride of lions lounging in the shade. Notice how the lions aren't running from our vehicle, she explained. They're used to human presence, but we maintain enough distance to keep them wild. A blue-winged scientist named Professor Rix raised his hand. But humans hunt these creatures. Why aren't they afraid? Because we hunt them properly, said Bob, the head ranger, as he checked the pride through his binoculars. Limited permits, specific seasons, careful selection. We never take more than the population can handle. The vehicle moved on, passing several other safari vehicles filled with human tourists. The aliens were shocked to see children among them, pressing their faces against the windows to watch the lions. You bring your young this close to predators? A rock-dweller scientist asked in disbelief. Of course, Dr. Green replied. How else will they learn to respect these animals, to understand their importance? Their next stop was even more surprising. A local village that had existed alongside the wildlife reserve for generations. The village elder, Mr. James, greeted them with a warm smile. Before you ask, he said, noting their nervous looks, yes, sometimes the lions take our cattle. Sometimes they come too close to the village. But we've learned to live with them. They're part of our world. Professor Rix's wings fluttered in confusion. But you're prey to them. Why stay? Mr. James laughed. We're not prey. We're neighbors. Sometimes difficult neighbors, but still neighbors. We protect our cattle. They keep their distance. When they don't, he patted his rifle. We remind them. But we never kill without reason. The alien scientists took furious notes as Mr. James explained how the village benefited from both tourism and controlled hunting, how they helped protect the lions from poachers, and how they taught their children to respect but not fear the great cats. Later that day, at a research station, the aliens watched in fascination as scientists fitted a young lion with a tracking collar. Every predator in this reserve is monitored, the wildlife biologist explained. We track their health, their hunting patterns, their territories. When the population gets too large for the available prey, we allow carefully regulated hunting. When it's too small, we protect them more strictly. It's a balance, Dr. Green added. Just like humans learn to be both predator and protector, we help maintain the balance of nature. The real breakthrough came during dinner at the research station. Chef Mike had prepared a special meal, featuring both traditional African game meat and vegetarian dishes. To everyone's surprise, a few brave alien scientists decided to try the meat. Professor Rix took a tiny bite of grilled lion meat, and his wings turned bright blue, a sign of amazement. This was a respected hunter, he said slowly. I can taste its strength, and you honor it by using every part, wasting nothing. Exactly, Chef Mike beamed. That's what humans have always done. We hunt not just for food, but to understand. Every predator teaches us something about survival, about strength, about respect. As the day ended, the alien scientists gathered for one last observation. From a safe distance, they watched a lion hunt. The power, the speed, the precision. It was terrifying and beautiful. "Now I understand," Professor Ricks whispered. "Humans don't eat predators because you hate them. You eat them because you want to be like them." Dr. Green smiled. "Close. We eat them because we already are like them. We're all part of the same natural cycle. We've just learned to manage that cycle rather than fear it." Back at their vehicle, she checked her tablet and laughed. "Well, this is interesting. The footage of our tour has gone viral. Seems the galaxy is finally starting to understand humans a little better." "Understanding is good," Bob said, watching the sunset over the savannah. "But a little healthy fear isn't bad either. After all, that's what keeps the balance." The alien scientists left Earth with a new perspective, and more importantly, with a story to tell. The galaxy was about to learn that humans weren't just predator eaters. They were nature's most successful custodians. 3 months after the scientific delegation's visit to Earth, Unity Station's biggest restaurant was packed with an unusual crowd. Alien diplomats, scientists, and even a few brave food critics sat at tables, watching Chef Mike's cooking demonstration with a mixture of horror and fascination. "Today, we'll learn about sustainable seafood," Mike announced, holding up a large tuna. This fish was caught using traditional line methods that protect both the target species and other marine life. In the audience, Professor Ricks, who had become something of a celebrity after his Earth visit, raised all 4 hands in excitement. Notice how the chef treats the ingredient with respect. This is not mere food preparation. This is an ancient Earth ritual. Tom watched from the back of the room, trying not to laugh. Somehow, Professor Ricks had turned human cooking into a spiritual experience. His viral documentaries about the noble human hunter-gatherers had changed how many aliens viewed Earth's customs. "The tide is turning," Dr. Green whispered to Tom. "Look at this." She showed him her tablet, displaying news from across the galaxy. Breaking news. First alien restaurant serves Earth predator cuisine. Blue-wing scientists study human hunting techniques for conservation. Rock-dweller colonies request human wildlife management experts. The cooking demonstration continued as Chef Mike expertly prepared the tuna. "In many Earth cultures," he explained, "the skill of the hunter is matched by the skill of the cook. Nothing is wasted. Every part of the animal serves a purpose." A young blue-wing food critic cautiously tasted the finished dish. Her wings turned bright blue with surprise. It's actually good. The texture, the flavor. I think I understand now why humans value these foods." The audience murmured in agreement. Several aliens who had sworn never to touch predator meat were now asking for recipes. Later that day, in the station's conference room, Tom met with representatives from 3 alien worlds facing their own wildlife management challenges. "Our moon colony has an overpopulation of apex creatures," a rock dweller explained. "We never hunted them, and now they threaten our other wildlife. Could human experts help?" "Of course," Tom replied. "We've dealt with similar situations on Earth. Our wildlife managers can teach you how to maintain healthy populations through controlled hunting and habitat management." "And perhaps," added another representative shyly, "we could learn about these barbecue techniques we've heard so much about." Tom managed to keep a straight face. "I'm sure Chef Mike would be happy to help." In the station's observation deck, Dr. Green was giving a lecture to a group of alien children, something that would have been unthinkable just months ago. She showed them pictures of Earth's predators, explaining how humans had learned to live alongside them. "And here's something really special," she said, pulling out a teddy bear. The alien children crowded around, fascinated by the soft toy version of Earth's fearsome predator. "Humans are so strange," one child said, hugging the teddy bear. "They make scary things cute." "That's our secret," Dr. Green winked. We're not afraid of predators because we understand them, and sometimes understanding starts with a toy. The day ended with an unprecedented event, the first interstellar hunting expedition led by human guides. A small group of alien scientists would accompany Earth Rangers to learn proper hunting techniques. Remember, Bob told the nervous aliens as they prepared for their trip, hunting isn't just about taking life. It's about understanding your place in nature's cycle. Professor Riggs, who had signed up for the expedition, nodded eagerly. Just like humans, both predator and protector, hunter and guardian. Tom watched the preparation from his office window. You know, he said to Dr. Green, 6 months ago, they thought we were barbaric monsters. Now they're signing up for hunting trips and cooking classes. Humans do have a way of growing on people, she replied. Even if those people have 4 arms, crystal bodies, or wings. Just then, Tom's tablet chimed with a new message. He read it and burst out laughing. What is it? Dr. Green asked. The Galactic Council, Tom grinned. They want to know if Earth would consider hosting the first interstellar food festival. Apparently, predator cuisine is becoming quite trendy. Well, Dr. Green smiled. I guess we're not just the galaxy's apex predators anymore. We're also its favorite cooking instructors. 1 year after the infamous First Contact dinner that shocked the galaxy, Unity Station hosted the first interstellar food festival. The main hall had been transformed into a massive marketplace of Earth cuisine, with cooking stations, educational displays, and even a small petting zoo featuring Earth's domesticated predators. Tom stood at the entrance, watching aliens of all species browse the stalls with curiosity rather than fear. Next to him, Chef Mike beamed with pride as his cooking station drew the longest queue. Try our special of the day, Mike called out. Grilled shark with earth herbs, prepared according to sustainable fishing traditions. A group of blue-wing food critics hovered nearby, their wings shimmering with excitement as they sampled the dish. Their review streamed live across galactic networks. Earth's apex predator cuisine. Terrifying yet terrific. 5 stars. Professor Riggs, now the galaxy's leading expert on human culture, led guided tours through the festival. Notice how humans have information stands next to each food station, he explained to his group. They share the story of each predator, its role in the ecosystem, and how they maintain its population. This is not just eating. This is education. At the petting zoo section, Dr. Green supervised as alien children cautiously petted a large Maine Coon cat. The sight of aliens willingly touching an Earth predator would have been unthinkable a year ago. Don't worry, she assured nervous parents. Cats are one of the predator species humans have domesticated. They're perfectly safe, most of the time. She winked as the cat purred loudly, causing several alien children to giggle. General Kate West walked through the festival in her dress uniform, accompanied by representatives from various alien military forces. They stopped at a display showing Earth's wildlife conservation efforts. Your defense fleet doesn't just protect humans, one alien commander noted with surprise. You actually patrol against poachers who illegally hunt predators. Of course, Kate replied. Being apex predators ourselves, we understand the importance of protecting other predator species. It's about maintaining balance. In the central plaza, Bob had set up a virtual reality station where aliens could experience a simulated ethical hunt. The line stretched around the corner. Remember, he told each participant, hunting isn't about domination. It's about respect, skill, and conservation. Every hunter must understand their responsibility to the ecosystem. Tom's tablet buzzed with the latest news updates. Earth's wildlife management programs, now standard for 50 alien worlds. Predator cuisine restaurants opening across the galaxy. Human conservation methods revolutionize alien ecosystem management. Earth's teddy bears become most popular toy in 3-star systems. As the festival reached its peak, High Speaker Lux made a surprise appearance. The Blue Wing leader sampled dishes at various stalls before addressing the crowd. 1 year ago, he began, We thought humans were barbaric for eating apex predators. Today, we understand that humans are something unique in our galaxy, a species that has mastered the art of being both predator and protector. He raised a glass of earth wine. Here's to humanity, the galaxy's most surprising teachers. You've shown us that true civilization isn't about avoiding nature's dangers, but about understanding and respecting them. Later that evening, as the festival wound down, Tom sat with his team in their favorite station restaurant. The menu now proudly offered both alien vegetarian dishes and Earth's predator cuisine. "Did you see?" Dr. Green asked, showing them her tablet. "The Galactic University is opening a new department, Human Environmental Management Studies. They want Earth experts to teach. And the Defense Fleet has requests from 12 worlds for joint conservation patrols," General West added. "Turns out our predator hunting skills are perfect for catching poachers." Chef Mike joined them, tired but happy. "The cooking school is full for the next 3 years. Even the rock dwellers want to learn how to grill." Tom looked around at his team and smiled. "So, what's next, now that the galaxy isn't terrified of us anymore?" "Oh, that's the best part," Dr. Green grinned. "They're still a little terrified, but now they understand why. And they respect it, just like we respect the predators we hunt." To the new normal, Bob raised his glass, where humans being weird makes perfect sense. They all laughed and toasted. Outside the restaurant's window, Earth shone brightly, no longer an oddity in the galaxy, but a respected teacher of one of life's most important lessons. Sometimes, the best way to respect nature is to be part of it, predator and protector alike.